guys feel the shift? Look at the energy shift here. Now remember, I do sidereal astrology, not Western astrology. It's true constellational astrology, very similar to Vedic. First of all, we're going to take a look at Libra. And what we have here is Libra and Mars just started. And it's going to be there for, well, about a month. And what does this mean? So let's focus on this one first, right here. What this means is that suddenly we're going to go from forcing other people to think that they need to be righteous, that or you're being righteous, or that you're right and they're wrong, and pulling back a little bit more about what's fair. All of us collectively are going to look at what is fair. Where is it fair where both people on both sides is a win situation, whether it's an employment situation, a governing body, a social situation, or even just within your marriage or with your family members or with your friends. Suddenly you're going to want to go, is this fair? You're both going to want to be heard. If you feel that there's an imbalance or there's an unfairness, then you're going to find yourself probably going along with the herd, not really wanting to stand out, sort of taking a step back because confrontation becomes very uncomfortable when we have Libra in Mars. Mars is Aries, naturally. So Libra, Mars is not comfortable. Many people will find themselves feeling as if there is a lack of fairness in the world. You're going to see this on social media. You're going to see this when people are making comments and posts, etc. But they also have an inability to want to have confrontation. And if there is confrontation, it's going to, in the next month or so, not work out in your favor. If there's confrontation in a way that we're able to have a debate, a very healthy debate, and sit and really listen to what each other has to say and have an open mind to be changed, then that's okay. Libra's okay with that. So now we have here Mercury in Virgo. So Mercury left being in Leo, which is very drama. You know, as I told you that last week, there was going to be a lot of drama. It was going to be around politics. It's going to be blown right out of proportion. And that was with the Charlie Kirk and all of the drama that's coming from that and his death. Now we're going into Virgo, and Mercury, even though Mars takes action on righteousness, but doesn't necessarily think that way. All right. They just take action on it. Mercury in Virgo is about thinking that way. Am I right? Do I have all the facts right? Maybe I should think about it before I take action. Make sure that I am correct or that I am right. However, if you're being misguided around it, because Mercury's very comfortable in Virgo, it is its ruling sign, then there's this feeling that I want to do good. It's like it's a good boy syndrome. Both these signs, everything that's in the signs, except for the Venus and Libra, Leo, I can't seem to get them straight, is important today. Normally I do. So what will happen with this Virgo energy, along with the Libra energy, is this good boy, good girl syndrome. Look at me, I'm a good person. Look at me, I'm a fair person. Why aren't you being fair? Why aren't you being right? Why aren't you thinking before you speak? Well, also, and in light of everything that's going on, I want to remind you guys that you're seeing a lot of negativity. And I'm not doing the stats. And if somebody is doing some stats, then put it down in the comments. But 100%, I could almost guarantee you that all that negativity, parts of it are bots. And a big portion of it is only about 10 to 15% of everybody. They say in radio, used to be in radio, they say if you get a caller that gives you a negative response, that's 1% of your listeners. That's big. And they say, and that's 10% of the ones that didn't want to call and make that complaint. That's who they represent. That's even bigger. So I believe that a lot of the squeaky wheels and the complainers, they're not representing the norm. We're going to have a clearer understanding of that. So throughout the next month or so, and it gets kicked off in a negative right now, and for Tuesday, I did a whole week's prediction, so you can take a look at that. Go back into my profile or my YouTube page and take a look at the whole Monty. But I just wanted to highlight these 3 shifts that are happening right now. There's going to be more drama. Venus is about, I love drama. I'm getting all wrapped up in the drama, and I'm right, and you're not fair. And there's going to be some legal action taking place throughout this is globally. So throughout the next month, there will be some legal action taking place that will become world news. It's really reminding me a lot of the A. Simpson trials. All eyes will be on this lawsuit date. A court, it might even be a lawsuit, but it's a day, several days, several months in court. When we've got Uranus, which will be trining Mercury, that will probably come out in the open this weekend. Everyone else will know about it this weekend, which is the 18th and the 19th and the 20th. Sorry, the 19th and the 20th and the 21st and the 22nd. So I'll give it that gap there of September 2025. I think, before you speak, make sure that you have all the details and all the ducks in a row and your I's dotted and your T's crossed. That's that Virgo energy. Before you dramatize and entertain yourself or others for your own pleasure, not worrying about what other people are thinking or feeling. And that is Venus in Leo. And you want to make sure you're fair. You're being kind. Sometimes the facts don't need to be shared. If it's not going to do anybody any good, then being non-confrontational in some areas is not a bad idea. And that's Mars in Libra. One of the court cases that's going to come out, a lot of people are going to think it's not fair. That's the debate. And that can happen anytime within the next 4 weeks. But that's when I'm predicting it for the weekend. Namaste.